What a day it is to be an RCB fan because they have clearly dominated Mumbai Indians in M Chinnaswammy. And I'm with RCB fan right now, Prateek with me. Prateek, being a Mumbai Indian fan, talking to an RCB fan about this match, that's irony for me today. But definitely the all praises goes to the Captain Faf du Plessis and Virat Kohli, the performance they've come up with. I would like to talk to you about the kind of match, the kind of action they have showed on M Chinnaswamy. Like, asking this how happy are you will be very little to ask about, but just let me know like how excited are you and what really emotions you are having right now.
Oh, well, Ratsi, I can't put it in words. We wanted a win against historically the best side in the competition in Indian Premier League. And I think just a victory, putting this as an RCB victory would be an understatement. It was just pure domination. Uh, they were just absolutely clinical right from the get go of the match. In every department, the body language was as such that they were just hungry to win. It's not exactly the case with Mumbai Indians, but how about RCB? As Pommy and Bunga would probably say, man, oh man, that was quite some performance.
Yeah.
And I think um, the huge crowd that we saw outside the stadium, they definitely got their money's worth. And before the match, I did say that one of the players to watch out for would be undoubtedly Virat Kohli because he's the biggest name in the country, and
Hmm.
he is the best player in the world according to many. So yeah, today he definitely gave the performance that the fans wanted here in Bangalore, and I just have no words. Uh,
Understand.
this was probably the best start to a season RCB have had. Probably the best first match season opener that RCB have had because this was just a statement win. This is RCB sending a message to the other teams that they're not here to just hang around. This time, probably it could be the start of something special. But having said that, me also being an RCB fan who has seen this years over the year, yeah,
Hmm.
for a number of years put together, I know that I can't get excited yet, but this was
Yeah.
just unbelievable.
Yes, and it's really difficult to put on a smile and really tell about the scorecard, but we have to go to the scorecard and talk about the Mumbai Indians and RCB match. So, with the start of the innings, like Mumbai Indians scored 171 runs. All credit goes to Tilak Verma. He scored 84 runs, not out, and the way the youngster has played really put like I can now put on a smile by just watching what Tilak Verma has done. Then Nehal was there to score 21 runs. Then we had Karan Sharma and Mohammad Siraj to take 2 and 1 wickets each. Afterwards, Royal Challengers Bangalore came in with the picture. The picture got changed. The hero got changed, and then we got Virat Kohli scoring 82 runs, Duplessis scoring 73 runs. Then Arshad Khan took 1 wicket and Cameron Green took 1 wicket. All in all, Royal Challengers Bangalore won it by 8 wickets, and this sums up the match. Prateek, if I talk about Mumbai Indians, like if I start off with it, as I told you just before this conversation, that the body language the Mumbai Indians players they were having, like the moment Virat Kohli and Faf du Plessis came into the picture, they just entered the ground. Afterwards, we see just sixes and fours going around. There were no such efforts of fielding. There were no such efforts of that. Like even the body language was from here. What do you want to say about this?
Like I mentioned before, I think RCB coming into the match, kicking off their campaign right from the word go. You could see it in the body language. You could see it in the faces of every player. RCB players simply wanted a win. They wanted nothing less at all. It was just, I mean, the body language of it was that of a winners, what they call the winners mentality. That was seen in their body language. I mean, be it with their bowling uh, right from the first ball when Siraj started that first over, Reece Stockley were the first over. You could see that there was so much intent. And Mumbai, on the other hand, it was just they were just deflated right from the start. I don't know what the reason is, but one thing I can say is that RCB seemed like they wanted this win much more than the Mumbai Indians wanted, and I think those are concerning signs for Mumbai Indians. But for RCB, over the last 3 or 4 seasons, it has been just matter of them qualifying for playoffs and not really going to the next step, qualifying for the finals and then winning the final. It has been this. It has been the case that they would qualify for the playoffs, enter the eliminators, get knocked out there or in the next phase in the qualifier one, and this would be a bit of a confidence booster. They are not always fastest starters, just like Mumbai Indians. Historically, they are a bit of slow starters. They don't always start well.
I
So
was
this is
about
a
to come at that point though.
exactly. They have started really well, and this will be very important going forward because there was one season when they lost about for 6 matches in a row, and
Yeah,
in the
the
end
team that
they
was.
started winning, but they were one match short of qualifying for the playoffs. So in that season, they lost one, they lost two, they lost three. In the end, it was just okay. Yeah, what are we doing wrong? We are doing everything correct. We are just not winning games. But here, winning game can
Yeah,
psychologically make such a big difference, and this can be a huge psychological damage to Mumbai Indians. I mean, how will Rohit Sharma and rest of the coaching setup tell all these young players who are there to come back and give their all for the next game, completely leave this behind and come with a clean slate? That is going to be mentally very challenging. Um, you did make a mention of Tilak Varma. Yeah, we'll come back to that later. But one word I want to just one sentence that I want to say is that if a 20-year-old is your best player, then those are concerning signs.
definitely. And with for Tilak Verma, let's take a look at the top performers of the match so far. RCB and MI. Though there are many for RCB today, not more for Mumbai Indians, but we do have Du Plessis scoring 73 runs and Virat Kohli scoring 82 runs, being the top performer of the match. Then let's take a look at the next top performer, Tilak Verma, for sure, as me and Pratik were discussing about 84 runs by a 20-year-old youngster to take the huge load of Mumbai Indians score and then scoring and going up to 84 runs. अगर तिलक वर्मा के बारे में प्रतीक थोड़ा सा डिस्कशन करें, let's take a look at Kan Sharma as well. He got 2 wickets and given 32 runs in just 4 overs. Pratik, as I mentioned before, like for Tilak Verma as well, as you rightly said, a 20 years old youngster uh, taking this much of load, this much of things to give you a respectable score so that next team could come and think about like how to chase. They have to come and plan up. So that is the whole thing goes to Tilak Verma today. Like the everything, every credit goes to Tilak Verma only. But then it comes to like the players like Surya Kumar Yadav, Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, even Cameron Green now. Like, what are the responsibilities? Basically, are they doing something wrong? Like the gameplay was wrong, or maybe the players were not doing the right stroke, because this was the same stadium where like Faf du Plessis and Virat Kohli scored. But when it comes to Mumbai Indians, there was just Tilak Verma, nobody else. What was going wrong for them actually?
Yeah, initially when I saw Mumbai Indians batter struggle in the first innings, I was like, oh, is it not the typical Chinnaswammy stadium that we were expecting, Chinnaswammy wicket? Because clearly before the match we were discussing that it's going to
Yeah.
be a batting paradise as it is usually in Chinnaswammy. But Mumbai Indians batters simply didn't get a breather. I mean, probably RCB bowlers bowled that well, but it was on the same wicket
Hmm.
that Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, all these star Indian batters currently, like even Ishan Kishan, Cameron Green,
Hmm.
these international players, they struggled. And it was the same wicket where 20-year-old uncapped player Tilak Varma played. and it seemed like he was batting on a different track as
Yeah.
compared to the rest of his senior teammates. And why? I think it was this combination of lack of confidence because they were a little reactive, not proactive. They were trying to just survive, negotiate when Siraj was just going all guns blazing and Reece Topley was bowling attacking length. Of course, they were playing Reece Topley better than Siraj, but it's not to say that they were very comfortable with Reece Topley either. They clearly had their struggles initially, and it got to a point where they were just playing a catching up game, and they were lagging way too much initially after they lost 4 wickets in quick time with not many runs on the board. And after that, it was all on Tilak Verma to do the recovery job to repair the damage. And
Hmm.
didn't he do that well? I mean, hats off to him. We were staring at probably Mumbai Indians and their fans were staring at 140, 150, or at the most 160. But to
Yeah.
take them above 170, I think it was just unbelievable. Unbelievable given that it was coming from a 20-year-old uncapped player. I mean, he's definitely one of the youngsters to watch out for in this Indian Premier League. He showed shades of what he's capable of in the last season as well. And
Yeah.
before the match, when we were discussing what is concerning for MI, in the
Yeah.
last 2 seasons, the senior players have simply switched off, and the youngsters have been doing the job for them. And when this happens, I think you're just not doing right as a team.
Right. As you rightly mentioned, I think the half battle, which was on auction, Mumbai Indians done it. But when it comes to executing the plan on field, players are unable to do it because you've got good names, you've got good Indian talent, you have got a good captain, a legacy to come from, but still no results. So, as I said, it's difficult to put on a smile but talk about this. But I have to talk about this because RCB has done it really great in front of Mumbai Indians. If you talk about the fielding efforts that RCB has really done it, like in the first innings, as you mentioned, like bowlers have good bowlers have good afterwards fielder came into the picture and we know that how they did it. So this was the same track, but Mumbai Indians fielders were not at place, they were not at all pumped up, they were not at all there to save the boundaries, save the runs. But if you look at the RCB's fielding side, they all were there, they all were in the game, they all wanted to win it from the very first ball. I really like that the way RCB players, the way RCB fielders are putting their effort. Even like players like Reece Topley, they got injured for the same, but
Yeah.
still like the efforts we can see, and I'm really happy to see just the way RCB has played it. But I think there is one more thing which, like, anyone can say it, at least I felt it, that there was no Jasprit Bumrah, and that missing, that void was there was no one to give them a breakthrough early, like during the power play and not during the death overs, as much as I can say. But do you really think that Jasprit Bumrah's services were missed from Mumbai Indian side?
I think Jasprit Bumrah's services were definitely missed because the kind of bowler he is, the name and the quality that he has and he brings in, I think it's just massive. So it goes without saying that he was a big miss. But having said that, on Chinnaswamy track, if you're going to score just 170 odd, below 170, it's never going to be enough against the kind of batting lineup that RCB has, right? So Jasprit Bumrah's services were missed, yes, but would he have been able to change the result on his own? I definitely don't think so. Because whenever Jasprit Bumrah has played, what I have noticed is that batters just try to play his overs out and look at other bowlers, which is why you normally don't see him pick a lot of wickets in IPL. He's
Hmm.
economical, but he is not a wicket taker like others in the IPL because batters give him so much respect. They treat him with so much respect. They just try to find his overs out and look at others. And that is why I say Bumrah, I don't think he would have been able to change the result on his own, but he could have probably reduced the damage. But I think the result was inevitable given how Mumbai bowlers bowled. And it has to be said, although Mumbai Indians bowlers were not quite up to the mark, they didn't really have much to defend. With star players like Faf du Plessis and Virat Kohli entering the ground, coming onto the crease, and them having to defend 170 odd. I think the match was over right there because I attended the unbox event and I watched him train. There was so much emphasis given on every detail. Reece Stockley, their new ball bowler, he was practicing fielding, borderline fielding, like in and out. So there was so much detail, so much intensity, so much body language was up there. They just wanted to focus on every minute detail. I don't think Reece Topley is known for his fielding, but he was really putting in his hard yards. He was practicing alone, and nobody else was practicing fielding. You did speak about fielding, so yeah, that's so much emphasis there. I think all in all, RCB just were dominating, and it was just a no-show from senior players of Mumbai Indians today.
Definitely. And as we discussed, let's take a look at the social tracker of RCB versus Mumbai Indians because there's a lot like people are discussing about. Let's see what people are saying. So Vishal is saying, you trolls, you abuse, you hate him, please keep it up. But I know who is Rohit Sharma. He came back loud and strong in ODIs and tests by scoring centuries this year. Will also come back in T20s. I believe in him. We believe in him. We definitely believe in the captain, Rohit Sharma, and we are going to keep up the spirit. Another tweet by I don't know what name. Wah 50 by Virat Kohli. And we can see a really beautiful graphic coming up for Virat Kohli. Let's take a look at another tweet. Duplessis mass rampage. Duplessis 50 runs जब उन्होंने बनाए उसके बाद ये tweet आया. Now we can see how he really what he really did to the MI bowlers. Definitely, it was a show, like a show which really like Bangalore people were waiting for. In a team of Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Suryakumar Yadav, Cameron Green, and Tim David, it's Tilak Verma who has stood out and performed 84 of 46 balls from this youngster, IPL 2023. That we just discussed about the same, like Pratik, coming up with such a huge batting lineup. And then Tilak Verma has to score. Nobody else could do it. I don't know what to say. I think they're waiting for their own home ground to go there. One kid, they'll get the crowd support and then they'll do it. Sometimes I even feel like the very first match, whenever a Mumbai Indians, wherever they're going to play, at the very first match, I think Mr. Amani also skipped this because they know they're not going to win it. Going to be just a
Yeah.
match. They will go, they'll get a blow, then they will come, make a strategy, and they'll make a comeback. Somehow
Mhm.
they will do it, but let them just simply lose first match. It's okay. It's just
That is
RCB.
exactly what I was telling some of my other friends as well, Costa, in fact, that probably this is their success formula. Lose first game and then go on to lift the trophy. Probably that's just their winning formula. You know, it's like just,
The
yeah,
reverse
let's just get this
psychology, as
part.
you said in the pre-show. The
Yeah. It's like,
reverse
can we skip to the
psychology.
good part? Let's just leave this out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what sports actually made us learn to always see the good part, to be positive, and definitely love your team and back them, even like thick or thin, whatever it is. Just simply back
Absolutely.
them. So thank you so much, Pratik, for talking with me on this particular match, RCB versus Emma. There's more to come. IPL is just there. It is just started, so there is definitely more to come. Keep watching CricTracker for all the updates and all the match related discussions. Just be there on In the Air show and be there whenever we are going to come to discuss about IPL. Thank you so much for joining me.